Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with T7 Nara on GTA 5, trying to push an AI car into the ocean and learning that sometimes the AI win. In this case, almost managing to recover the vehicle, but having it break down at the last second as they back out of the ocean. Mr. Waffles, up next on GTA 5, racing around, is trying to hunt down a driver with a bounty on. Everything's going about as well, predictably, as you could expect. Try to shoot out the back of the car, not quite getting it according to plan. However, having pinned the person there, kills the driver, then the vehicle cheats. All the doors and wheels fall off and the car's somehow exploded. Not quite sure on the physics of that one. Neither am I quite sure the physics of this one. Toy GT1 on GTA Vice City has managed to crash their boat. However, the boat continues to work. It does not care that the propellers are sticking out the top of it. It doesn't care that the driver is now stuck underwater and probably drowning. Nope, the boat is absolutely fine to be working. I mean, the camera goes a little bit funny depending on what view you're trying to use, but apparently it still works. I mean, it's one way to get around. Oh, and now the drowning does take place, actually. So, I mean, I guess it does the trick. Stuntman up next on Red Dead Redemption 2, and while not cars in this game, you do have your trusty horse. However, Red Dead has got some ragdoll physics are in general highly entertaining, and Red Dead has a lot of them. And it is very easy for things to go wrong. Now, normally it's the player doing things. I've crashed my horse a fair few times while playing Red Dead. However, this time around, while everybody is talking away, it's the AIs. First of all, they crash a little bit. That's fine. First guy gets through. The player character, that can go past. No, that's not quite gone right, has it, Dutch? That's it's just been a big crash. That's not how you overtake somebody. That's not how you overtake somebody at all. Indy up next on Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. He's driving around on a bike. Now, we've all crashed bikes at some point in various games, and the rocks got the better of this particular instance. Thankfully, there was a teammate or whatever around to pick them up, gets back on the bike, moves about 25 metres, and has exactly identical crash. At this point, you might give up on the off-road biking. I think it's at this point that I would give up with the off-road biking indeed. Funky up next on Mafia 3 has slightly murdered somebody, deciding to try and dispose of the body. Now, okay, you can't open the trunks in the cars, but see what happens if you try and put the body on. That's not what's supposed to happen. It was supposed to rest on top of the car, wasn't it? Instead, what it's done is put the Mustang through the floor. Mustang's now lost a bonnet and lost a door. You can still climb in the vehicle, but said vehicle is stuck. Yeah, that's not going to be getting out of there, I say anytime soon. You could do with a boopy cannon from GTA, but you're not going to get a boopy cannon on Mafia. It's very well wedged through the floor. The player even gets out and tries to give it a nudge with a punch or two, but it's not going to do anything. Speaking of getting stuck, Apex Motorsport up next on Horizon 4 is racing around the mud. Kickers Park in a Fiesta. Takes a jump into the water, and the Fiesta's had enough of that. Now, I've driven many cars through this. I presume what's happened, although you can't see it because it's underwater, is the Fiesta's gone slightly stuck through the floor glitch. That normally happens with like the SUVs and that kind of stuff. Doesn't normally happen with a hatchback, but it's possible in this particular area. The car is actually slowly spinning as well, which is weird. I don't know what's gone on with it, but I can tell you the Fiesta's not getting out of there. It's very unhappy. Volcanic Beast up next on Forza Motorsport 7. Having just started a race, the AIs have gone all manner of wrong. I've seen a lot of weird things on Forza 7. I can safely say I've never seen the AI do this before. I don't know what's caused them to get upset. I mean, Daytona can have iffy starts and so on, but the AIs don't normally freak out like this. I mean, there's flying cars, there's spinning, pirouetting cars, something just pinged off the side of the player vehicle. Formula 1 cars continue to have trouble. Simba here on R Factor is, well, this is the first couple of corners, and all of the AIs have crashed. Well, Singapore is a tough circuit, don't get me wrong. I'm not sure if there's many cars got through there with all of their bits attached. Most of them are missing at least a wheel. There was an engine fight. There's a lot of debris. That's a lot of cars out. Confused Deer on Burnout Paradise is coming up right to the very end of a race. Don't know what caused this random traffic car to have crashed. It was a huge crash for the AI car. Wipes the player out, but thankfully the player is across the line at the time, so does complete the event. Colours on Dirt 3 is racing the Trailblazers cars. This is a notoriously dangerous stage as well. Very, very fast cars. Very, very tricky stage. One particular bit catches everybody out. If you played Dirt 3, you will have crashed here. I certainly know I have, especially in the Trailblazers car. Yes, it's this bloody gate, and things go wrong in spectacular fashion. It's a lovely number of front flips. The funny thing is, it crashes into an AI car that's also had a crash at that particular point as well. Red light on Dirt Rally 2. Now, notice in the kind of bottom right corner, behind the Speedo currently, will move around a bit. That's a wheel. Yes, this is the wheel that's supposed to be on the Fiesta. It's not on the Fiesta. Now, the game, it's like a visual, the wheel's in the wrong place. The car has still got its full complement of wheels as far as the driving of the car is concerned. Play gets it a little wrong through the first corner, a little bit of a twitch and so on. But visually speaking, the wheel's freaking out on the, well, just mid-air. I've played quite a lot of Dirt Rally too. I quite like the game. I've enjoyed my time certainly with it, and I've not seen this one before. Admittedly, I do tend to drive from first person, I guess, but still. It stays there. It stays there for the entirety of the race as they go up towards the finish now. Just confused spinning wheel on the Fiesta. At least it doesn't affect the car, I guess, at the end of the day. And finally, we have Calvin Tola. It's an IRL clip racing around in some go-karts. Now, we've seen many synchronised spins in video games. Now we witness what they look like in real life in go-karts, as not one, not two, but three of them have an accident all at the same corner. Impressive synchronicity. Right, I think the one we're riding on board with might have had an accident trying to avoid the car ahead having a crash, and possibly the one behind, again, the same. You get to lock the brakes up a little too much with karts. It's quite easy to spin karts if you're braking and turning. I'm guessing that's what happened. Either way, quite funny to have three of them all go at the same time. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.